Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Day 2, World Travel Market 2022. Time flies, and time flies very nicely because this morning I have Jennifer from Louisiana with me. Good morning, Jennifer.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good. Jennifer, we're pretty much out of COVID now as far as travel is concerned. How's Louisiana doing in terms of tourism? First of all, domestically, but then perhaps you can tell me a bit more about your international aspirations.
Absolutely. So we're doing really well in recovery following COVID. We got our numbers for 2021 as far as visitation. We're better than expected. We have recovered more than half. In 2021, we recovered more than half of the visitation that we lost throughout the pandemic, which is terrific because that didn't take into account, in 2021, we didn't have Mardi Gras. Our festival season didn't occur as typical. So with that in mind, in 2022, we had a successful Mardi Gras. It was crowded. It was great. It was back to normal. Our festival season in the spring came back with our Jazz Fest, Festival International. They saw terrific crowds as well. So we have really great expectations for what 2022 numbers are going to look like once we wrap this year. So it's been excellent. It's been a lot faster, I think, than we thought. Domestically, we're doing terrific. We're seeing, of course, a lot of that again. We've been marketing the idea of our road trip throughout our state, and people are really into it. So we're getting a lot of drive traffic through. And we're really excited about international returning as well. Of course, the BA flight has started again direct from Heathrow to New Orleans, so that helps bring our UK friends in. And we're working with our Canada market and France and Germany, and we're starting to see that return as well.
Do you find that in terms of your everyday job and talking to people, maybe friends and family, that people perhaps think tourism and travel, particularly tourism, inbound tourism to Louisiana, is perhaps more important than they thought it was pre-COVID?
Absolutely. I think it really did shine a light on what a driver of the economy for the world tourism and travel is. And that's no different in Louisiana. Of course, it's a huge economic driver for us. It's one of our top employment markets, and I think it really has brought to light the need to really care about the industry.
And also, following COVID, does it give you an opportunity to be perhaps more focused on some of the I know you and I have spoken before about sustainability and maintaining an authentic Louisiana product when you're selling holidays and vacations. Has it enhanced that ability as well?
I think so. Sustainability was a growing trend prior to the pandemic, and now it's even more so. And at the same time, there's been a lot of growth of people wanting to get out of big cities, get into smaller towns, and that does create the opportunity for that really authentic experience and the opportunity to interact with the community and have a positive impact there as a traveler, whether it's by shopping or just experiencing the culture and being able to bring it back and share it with people that you know.
Cool. And the other thing is really is as far as COVID is concerned, and during COVID, just pre to that, there was a move towards making sure that the residents were happy, resident sentiment studies, destination stewardship rather than marketing, all of those sort of things, quality rather than quantity. Are they still are they increasing strong points in your tourism strategy and pillars indeed in this tourism strategy?
Yeah, I mean, our people are always very welcoming to visitors. That's part of who we are. But I think that the idea of being excited to have the visitors in your community and sharing with them your story has also come about from the pandemic. There was a big loss of that with nobody coming through, and there's a lot of community pride that springs up when you're able to share those stories with visitors from around the world.
Cool. And final point is I've just come back from a 2-week trip in the South. While I was there, I experienced, not for the first time, but probably more aware of it having been there for 2 weeks, the concept of Southern hospitality. And people talk about it, and often people talk about it and don't give it a great deal of credit. But it is a reality, isn't it? How do you market that with a state like Louisiana? That's difficult, isn't it, without being condescending to people?
It is difficult to convey, but that is one of the things that we're trying to sell with the idea of going into those other communities that are off the beaten path.
Yeah.
Is the idea that when you show up to a Cajun dance hall in Louisiana because you want to hear the music, you're not going to be able to just sit and listen to the music, because somebody's going to get you up to dance and show you how to do it, and you're going to get a hands-on experience because we want you to experience our culture with us. So that's kind of part of how we're trying to tell that story of come into our communities and see who we are. But yeah, it's hard to convey. You have to live it, and you have to make a best friend that you didn't meet before in a totally place that you've never been.
But that's pretty much what tourism is about, isn't it? It's about cultural exchange, and these smaller communities now get not only the social, cultural benefits of foreigners coming into their hood, so to speak, but also, the financial benefits of tourism as well. So they're spreading their love away from the major honeypots of New Orleans out into the boonies, so to speak.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're so thrilled to have people. I just had a press trip come through some of our smaller communities along the western edge of the state, and they said they were just showered with affection and welcoming gifts and general love from everybody that they met, because they were so happy to have them there.
Excellent. Well, Jennifer, thank you very much for talking to me this morning.
No problem.